What's going on, Eddie? How are you, brother? Doing all right, man. Doing all right. Yeah, I totally missed that, man. I'm sitting down and just turning things back on.
What's going on, Eddie? How are you? Not bad, man.
Let's get it. Alright, so we're dumping. This week has no top wick, and we're just dumping. So we're gonna need some sort of pullback this week. Where's this pullback gonna be at? Or are we just gonna keep driving to these lows here? So our daily closed below the most recent daily support. We closed with no bottom wick though. Now what did we do here? So we just straight pushed and closed below. Oh, this is a 4-hour support here. So we still closed below. We created a bottom wick. We pulled back. Yeah, we're gonna continue down here. I would say if we're gonna remain under these levels here, this level is important here, but yeah, that is a strong level. Come on. So we are respecting this area to the T. So in order for me to take sells today, we would have to start coming down here where we're at, creating a lower high, and then we need to start closing below this area, and then I can take a break and retest type of entry after. I can't take anything here because of how strong this level is. I really want to see us close below and start to do something like this. Um, this seems to be the most reasonable thing. We already have a nice topic on the daily. Market open just instantly came up, drove 100 pips. Um, So we have a decent top wick on the daily. If we start to break the daily lows, which would be the break of this low, we should see some volume to the downside. The 15-minute is starting to... It crossed here on the 15-minute. We're starting to push down. We're not scooping yet on the 5. We're scooping the opposite way, which is not ideal. This is a strong buy level though, so we have to be very careful here. This is a very strong buy level, which we could have had an entry here off this buy, but I wasn't on early enough. See, if we start to come down here, this is a big range though. This is 56 pips. So we did get a support or a resistance formed here. That's a 15-minute closure. 30-minute no bottom wick. If this 30 that just opened up would have came up for a top wick first and then flipped bearish, came up for a top wick first and then flipped bearish, that would indicate to me that we're starting to come back down. It looks like we might be respecting this area here. So let's see what these next couple of 5-minute closures give us. Maybe we can take some entries to the downside here. Damn, dude, I was hot. I turned my fan on and now I'm cold. I'd be very interested in sells off this area for a continuation to the downside. To confirm really this reversal here, did the 15 create a top wick? It hasn't still. Yeah, I would like to wait a little bit and see what happens. But I'm trying to see if I can take some sells here. We might be able to get this, but happen on the smaller time frame. Which, this could have been the move here. How we created our top, closed with no top wick, price came up, created a top wick, and it's now flipping bearish. We're starting to get closures back into range now. So that could have been the entry. I might have missed the entry coming to stream a little bit. Not late, but on time. This right here was the entry. This 5-minute formation right here. That was the money printer. It's a 23 pip stop. Yeah, no, this could very well just be the bottom wick on the 15 for a pull to the upside. So we got to be very careful. No bottom wick closure here. Wow, such a... what a trade. That would have been the entry here. That's 21 pips. So let's see if we can get that sort of pullback going. How did you guys do today? I got whipsawed back and forth. Yeah, I missed the entry for sure. The entry was off this 5-minute entry. We had the 5-minute close with barely a top wick. The next candle came up first, grabbed the top wick, and then started flipping bearish. Your entry would have been either here or you could have had an entry here. $15, no top wick. Yeah, I would like to see some closures below here. And then some break and retests. Even though that's the daily break of the low. Damn, that's a 50 pip push in 5 minutes, dude. It's 30 pips in 5 fucking minutes. So, we closed below. If we come up, retest, and then re-break the low, I wonder if that would be a good entry. We're starting to scoop here on the 1 minute. The 5 looks like it's starting to cross. It might just fill the entire range that I was looking to get into. These are some things that I look for. I like to... The daily break of the low is a high volume event, right? The daily flip is also a high volume event. Since the daily flipped bullish right here at this level and then started rejecting bearish, that would have been a nice high volume event to bring you to the downside. And you're in here early at the flip. So that would give you enough room to be break even by the time that price does break the lows. Your entry is all the way up here. So you're pretty much break even. Whereas if you take an entry down here at the break of the lows, you're not in the most optimal entry. Your stop loss would be very, very large. You would probably have to use a stop somewhere in the range here. So if price decides to range with an entry at the bottom here, you're going to be sitting in drawdown for quite a bit. Whereas if price decides to range while your entry is up here, you're going to be sitting in profit for the most part during the range. And if it does decide to come back to the top of the range, you get stopped out break even instead of entering down here where at the top of the range you're going to get stopped out at a major loss. So your entries have to be strategic with the way the daily is moving. I'm going to take a sell here. This 15 no top wick could be an issue, but we're starting to scoop below. We closed below. We had a pullback right to this level here. Price rejected and started coming down. Let's see if we start making our way to the bottom of the range. My stop loss would be probably above these highs. If price does start to break these highs once again, I don't see why price would come up back here again after creating this during market open, coming back up and retesting that which it made during market open and coming back down now to retest the daily lows. I think this is a good entry for a continuation to the downside here. His 5-minute closed bearish. Yeah, I saw that 1 minute entry. With the way that we're pushing here, I think this is a decent trade. I'm risking like 45 pips. This is my break even point here at the break of this low here, which is 11 pips on the dot. Um, when we do come down to fill this range and break and tap this, that should push us to the bottom of the range, right? That should technically push us to the bottom of the range. We're kind of frozen here. This 1 minute closing with no bottom wick is sketchy. That could be a bottom wick for a flip to the upside. That's the second attempt of it coming down. The second attempt. With the way this 5 is setting, this way this 1 minute is setting up, that's sketching me out a little bit. This kind of needs to drive now. Yeah, I'm only up literally 2 pips in profit, 3 pips in profit. But that doesn't mean absolutely anything at all. What matters is the levels that we're tapping. So the fact that we've came down and we're hovering at this little support that's right here, for me, with where my entry is, I don't want to see a stall here. So I took out one of my entries. That's closing me out break even. This should have drove. And because it didn't, and we're starting to stall here, we form support. We form support. Now we form resistance, and now we're respecting sort of support here. I'm not interested in this trade anymore. This could likely come up to grab more orders before continuing down, and then I'll just take a better entry. And if we do come down, then this will give us a nice stop loss for entries on the continuation to the downside here. So even though I was only like 2 pips in profit, that was 7 pips in profit actually. It's just the spreads didn't show it. But I was 7 pips in profit. We tapped the area that I wanted to go break even at. We didn't quite tap it, but the fact that we closed and we formed support there, that was catching me out a little bit. So I think that was a solid closure. But if we do start to form resistance here and start to re-break the lows, we could start looking for more entries on the continuation to the downside, and that could be our new stop loss, because now this would be a much stronger level. If price does come up to here, this is confirming this whole level right here across as a resistance if we do come down and then start closing below. Let me update that stream record real quick. Yeah, I'm going to wait for this 1 hour closure. This 15-minute closure closed bearish, right? We still don't have a top wick. This 30-minute still doesn't have a top wick. The fact that this 1 minute is starting to stall here, it could mean that we're coming up to grab a top wick or to possibly grab orders near the top wick before a continuation to the downside. For this to drive with no bottom wick as well, and everything to be driving with no bottom wick, is not super interesting. It's not good. right? What's happening right now is proving this is a strong level. I mean, this could have been a good sell here on the re-entry, but the 5 still doesn't have a top wick. Yeah, this could be the drive down now that we're respecting this. The 5, it came up to create a top wick for the 5. Yeah, I'm indecisive right now. I'm gonna wait for this hourly closure and see. And we have 15 minutes for this hourly closure though. Let's see. We have 15 minutes for this hourly closure. This is the hourly flip bearish. That would be the break of the 30-minute low. But these have no top wicks. It might not need the top wicks because of the fact that it's forming a resistance right here. Yeah, I think the trade was solid. I just think that the same thing that's happening this morning, that price is just being erratic. See if we can start getting some closures. Damn. Driving after taking me out break even, huh? And that's the full move. Why do you do this to me, gold? Yeah, this is just gonna trickle down here. Alright, well, fill the range then, gold. What are we gonna do here? Did anybody hold? If you held, congratulations. That's 22 pips with almost no drawdown. The only drawdown we would have seen would have been 4 pips of drawdown. You see what I'm saying though? How I want to be in that volume candle. I just happened to, that was like the second best entry. The first best entry was right up here at this level here. So like once you kind of confirm that we're coming down, you can start eyeing for rejections off these levels, right? You see how this next level here, and that's where I took a sell. I was going to also take another sell off this rejection right here, But I hesitated. I was going to take another sell off this rejection here. Now that we've already filled the range and we've came down to here, our next possible level of rejection is here. If we come up and we create a wick to come to the downside, but there's major support here. That's not ideal anymore to take a sell at the break of that low. I mean, that is going to be the daily break of the low, but see, this is what I was talking about. I wanted an entry up here so that by the time that we did get to the daily break of the low, if we do see that pop, I would be break even and have a runner. Sucks that we got stopped out break even. But see, when your price is continuing to the downside, that's stuff that you could look for continuations, because you could see how the 1 minute came up to this area and we rejected off of it, and then once we started driving down, you can look for pullbacks to these zones here. It pulled back to that zone and it drove down. Right here we kind of stalled and this wicked up right to the top of this zone and then kept continuing to the downside. So that's those are ways that you can get into these trades with small stop losses and still be part of the move. Now, when this daily breaks the low, that's going to be sketchy. We don't have a top wick on the 15, on the 30 minute, and this 30 minutes about to close in 7 minutes. So we're going to have a closure below the range with no top wick. And if it doesn't keep driving and then pull back, giving us a steep bottom wick, there's going to be nothing to fill without orders being grabbed at the top. So that's going to be tough taking the rebreak of the daily low there. If any of you guys held out the banger trade, sometimes you can't tell how many times it's going to do this. So you just have to give it a few tries, right? Price came down, tried to break the low once, and it closed respecting. The next 1 minute came up, forming a support. So that right there, I decided to go break even, which could have been a little bit too risk averse. Maybe I was just contemplating, didn't want to take a loss on stream or something. So I got a little too scared or something like that. I don't know. I got to go back and look steeper when I get off stream. But it tapped once, twice, 3 times, and then another reattempt before driving down. So that's too many attempts for me. I prefer when it drives within the first 5 minutes. Bouncing off the daily low here. I would like a sell on the continuation to the downside if we do respect this level here and we start breaking these lows. But we're so close to the hourly closure that I kind of don't want to take it. I'm going to just let it ride if it rides. I'm going to let it rock. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Yeah, all those little confluences are important, bro. They help you manage risk. And the times that you disregard those confluences, you get screwed. Like the other day, I took a buy, right? Same risk management as I did now. I closed at like 20 pips at the top, right? And then price instantly rejected. My next entry, I took a short and price drove like 300 pips, but I used the same risk management to close it at the same entry. Because why? Most of the time, situations like this happen. Very rarely is it not very rarely is it a runner, but sometimes it's not always a runner. So if I can just leave myself a small little runner and continue to manage risk the way that I do, eventually I'll catch that large runner. What up, Alfredo? Is this going to be a range day, or is this hourly going to respect with no top wick? See, that changes the entire analysis now, dude. Because if we start to respect this support, right, and we have no top wick here, we have no top wick here, it's a higher time frame with no top wick. If we do respect it, we could start looking for wicks to the downside and then buys, because we're starting to respect all of this. So we have 3 minutes left, right? 3 minutes left to tell. Three minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Damn, that's crazy. I was just having this thought today, and I was going to make a video about it. Comparison is the thief of joy. How are you going to eat looking at the next man's plate? Focus on your own plate, bro. You got your own work right here, and you're focused on the next guy's plate. You're looking at the next guy flipping 100 to a million. You're looking at the next guy getting a payout instead of focusing on yourself. You look at them and you're like, oh, damn, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you, bro. Just not your time yet. It's just simple as that, bro. It's all part of God's plan. God's got his own timing. And if you're staying consistently strategic, going back to your losses and understanding why you lost, not taking a loss and saying, I don't know what happened, I don't know why I lost. At that case, you need to figure out trading, because you haven't figured out how to trade yet. But once you can understand why you took a loss and you can formulate a plan to counteract that loss and to get better, then it'll work out. The majority, I think that a high percentage of people with an IQ above average, if they stick to this, they can easily do trading. You definitely need an IQ above average, for sure. But that's all you need, bro. I mean, like, I just saw some guy post an IQ result of like 79, and he's like at the bottom 10% of Americans, like just below, like clinically with problems. And he sounds like a normal dude, but his brain just doesn't have the capacity to put in that hard calculations like you need in like trading and shit like that. Like, no matter how hard a person like that tries, they'll never be able to make it. His brain's just not strong enough. It's like in the military, you need to have a minimum IQ of a certain amount, or else you're not smart enough, or your brain's not powerful enough to operate heavy machinery. That's literally how they write it. We just had an hourly closure here. Damn, this thing is quick. It's moving. What are we doing here, gold? You just came up. Are we coming down or are we coming up? What are we doing here? So everything closed respecting. The hourly closed bullish respecting. We formed a top wick first and then we started coming down here. So did we make a top wick for that 15? We did. And we started coming down to fill the wick. But we still have no top wick here. Is this going to be like a bounce before we flip bullish? Or are we going to continue to the downside and break the lows? What's going on here? Okay, that's the 4-hour flip. I think I'm going to have a sell stop on the daily break of the low. Give it a pip or two. This is a little bit risky because of the ranges that are massive. So if we do start coming up here, I mean, it's 50 pips. That's a lot. So you want to be careful. 67 pips, 56 pips. So I mean, our first pineapple wouldn't be till like here, 28 pips, 30 pips. And we also got to be very careful, since the hourly close respecting, this might just be liquidity from the bottom to drive up. I'm deleting this. I'm deleting this. I think that something else might be going on here. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to take anything right now. I'm going to keep looking and see. Our hourly close respecting bullish. Is that doji? I mean, I guess it's doji. Am I too stretched out? I might have been too stretched out. I think that's a good position. But you know what? I'm going to let it break the low and then come back, retest, and then re-break. And I'll be in the second push if we do start coming down, breaking the lows. All right. That would have activated me and drove 12 pips instantly. Yeah, we're not getting a pullback. I missed out on that. And that would have been 28 pips in a split second. And I hesitated there. Oh. Re-break of that low. That was nice. That was a clean push. What did we tap into? We do have some sort of wicks here. We do have a minor support here. Yeah, because once we do break these lows, let's move it 3 pips. Be safer. I would use this as my stop loss here, which is like 30 pips. Yeah, that was a good entry. I deleted the stealth stops. Damn, we're coming down for a bottom wick first. Bottom wick first on this 5-minute? You gotta be kidding me. Be careful to manage risk quick here. This could be a reversal area. Another re-break of the daily lows and I'm going break even. And we're break even there. And we're closing full. Oh, that closed all my entries there at 30 pips. What was that? Yeah, 20 pips. Holy shit. I didn't mean to drag my TP to the bottom there. But you bitch. 18 pips. Damn, I didn't mean to drag my TP to the bottom there, but that's 18 pips in 1 second, 2 seconds. Holy shit. And it's ripping. Ripping. Spam the fucking W's. Spam the dubs. And it's only 8 o'clock. I'm over here thinking it's 9. Alright, so where are we driving? We still don't have a nice top wick on our hourly. So let's see. We could be driving down to here, man. I didn't get to close fast enough there, and I fucked up on dragging my TP there, but that was fucking 18 pips, dude. Nice, bro. Yeah, bro, Spaceman, go enjoy your night, dog. I think, if you guys would have had a little bit more balls than me today, you could have held this entry up here and been up 90 pips since my first entry this morning. Crazy how I got stopped out there, bro. Fucking wicked out before I drove 90 pips. Bro, you're a savage. Thank you. I appreciate you. But we still have a lot of time in these sessions tonight, dog. Let's see what's going on. We're gonna start pulling up here. That's the 5-minute flip off that 15 area, respecting it. That area is strong. Let's see. Are we gonna start coming up and fill the wick here? That's wild. This 5 just closed with no top wick. Where is it gonna tap into before dropping down? Damn. A sell there would have been so fucking clean. I'm gonna enter half risk here with a 1 lot. If we do start coming up to re-break the highs, I'll close. I do have a late entry. It should have been right up here. So I should have been break even by now. but I'm willing to risk the profits that I made tonight for this trade to hit the bottom of the lows tonight. That's why I went in half risk. This is a risky trade. Yeah, it should have been a 5-minute entry. I might have chased that a little bit. That's why I dropped my lot size. That's alright, I'll take a break even coming into tonight. Was that a 5-minute closure? No, we got a minute and a half for this 5-minute. That could have been a way out to close at a small loss, but who gives a shit? We're gonna hodl. What do you do to deserve this with extra salt, bro? You gotta tell her, sweetheart, taste this real quick. Look how good it tastes. Here, I want you to taste it. Here, here's a big spoonful. How good does this taste? Let me feed you. Yeah, this 1 minute's ugly. We're forming lower, higher highs, lower highs. If this 1 minute flips bullish, that thing is gone to going up to the highs. I could have closed there at -6 pips. That would have been a decent time to manage risk and close. Yeah, and we gapped up there. So if this comes down now, that would be lucky. I don't think this is a winner anymore. I think that once we start to re-break the highs, that this will probably start flipping bullish. Unless this can give us a push down here. I mean, the one just closed back in range. That means the 5-minute just closed bearish. Yeah, the 5-minute just closed bearish. So we just got to survive this 5-minute top wick. Holy shit, this volume. Yeah. If this flips bearish, it's gone straight to TP. If it re-breaks the high, it's gone straight to stop loss. That's how trading can be. You have two options right now on this massive candle that just opened up. Either we're going to re-break the high and stop me out, or we're going to re-break the low and I'm going to go break even. If we do get stopped out, that is a 36 pip stop at half size, which would be a 15 pips, 16 pip loss total. think that would have been a decent pineapple there to get out break even. We're starting to form resistance here and reject it. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Are we just forming lower highs, lower lows? What are we doing? Our 5 minutes about to flip here. It's trying. It's trying so hard. Yeah, I agree. I was trying to take a... My entry was late. My entry was supposed to be to catch this move here. And it would have been stopped out anyways. Oh, sorry, it was this flip here. Which drove 11 pips, 12 pips. We're going to flip on that 5? Our advantage point is pretty weak here, to be honest. That's a very weak advantage point. That's only like 1 pip, 2 pips. Well, we're break even here. Let's see. Break even. You see how you manage risk? Even if we do drive now, that re-break of the low is still clean. I could have held that, to be honest. That would have been a good closure to hold, but we're just respecting all these 1 minute levels. It annoys the fuck out of me. It's not like the other day where it just disrespected all the levels and just kept fucking driving. Yeah, there's the drive. Let's update the record. I gotta keep up with updating the record. I don't want to slack on that. I'm getting a lot of good entries, but I'm managing risk very aggressively. I kind of went into today's session more nervous than usual. Yeah, this is just like any other session, because if it drives down now, I'll be like, damn, why didn't I get in? But if it comes up and it hits my stop loss, I'd be like, see, this is why you don't get in. You just got to be happy with what happens. My TP was the wick fill on the 5 minute, which was this. We filled it and we drove. And then I was up exactly 12 pips, but I'm in half size. So my TP was at the daily break of the lows. So ideally, on that 5 minute flip, after the 5 minute close bearish, ideally that flip and push down was what I wanted. I mean, this flip bearish now could still be a good trade. This 5 minute break of the low, it's tapping the SMA. We did scoop all the way up here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a sell stop here. Ah, you bitch. Never mind. Unless we pull back. Never mind. Fuck. Never mind. Missed that. Missed that live. I wanted to take a flip of the 5 minute. Well, 13 pips in 1 second. These are some of the things you just can't. Cannot. Let's look at the hourly. Let's see what's been happening. So we still don't have a top wick on the hourly, but we're driving anyways. We have nice wicks here. And where's the next level of rejection here? So we have... we would have to break below this because we have no more bullish structure anywhere besides here. And the rest is all bearish. And we've already closed below and rejected it. So we're extremely bearish. So this 15 is about to flip and break. It did flip and break. It's breaking its own low now. This 5 minute is breaking its own low. This 1 minute is respecting here. Jeez. Why are you respecting? I'll tell you one thing. That flip I wanted was fucking 20 pips. See, this is what real trading is like, what real scalping is like. This is tough. Toughity tough. Because if this does re-break all the highs here, it's going to start to come up. But I'm so extremely bearish that I don't want to be taking buys up. I want to... Chat disconnected. What the fuck? Connected successfully. Bro, yes, dude. Man. And I missed. I was literally going to say, all right, I'm going to take a sell stop here. And the candle just goes and dumps. Bro. We should have our runner from up here still going, bro. We should literally still be up here. I entered right at that wick, bro. And look at that. Stopped out here, and it would have stopped us out here anyways. But it's one of those trades where you've been in profit. So you were in profit here. You were in profit here. There's no reason for the second time that you're in profit to not go break even, especially when you're in profit 25, 26 pips, almost 30 pips from your entry. A lot of people would see this pullback and continue to hold. And I mean, you can get a lot of really big moves like that, but I don't know. I got to test out my strategy more and start looking at my history more often to see how often this kind of entry happens. If 60% of the time I'm getting these entries, right, I can take 40%. I can take a 40 pip stop 4 times if I'm going to catch 100 pips 6 times. You know what I mean? That's 600 pips for a 120 pip loss. Sorry, 160 pip loss for 600 win. So that definitely, that ratio is pretty fucking good. Well, see, look, we just respected. We came up to grab a top wick here first. This is sounds like we're just gonna range here on these ranges. After breaking the daily low, coming up, attempting to break the daily low again, failing, rejecting, and then coming down. So look, we came down, we broke the daily low. We came down, we tried, failed. Came down again, tried, failed. Came down again, tried, failed. If we do come down again, I'm not so sure I trust that. I mean, we can start getting some closures above here. But it doesn't look like tonight's a closure type of night. It looks like it's just gonna fucking take the fuck off after consolidating here. I don't want to trade this range no more. I want to get out of here. Yeah, I always go by your broker. And that's the thing, that your broker can have a little bit of a different candle, which can change your analysis a little bit. So that's why I like to add my higher time frame confluence in with my 1 minute to 5 minute analysis, because the 5 minute candles could be different across each broker. The 1 minute candles could be different across each broker. But a 1 hour bearish candle is likely going to still be a 1 hour bearish candle, giving you an idea that the hourly is bearish. We just had the money printer right here. But the 5 though. The money printer at resistance. That's too quick for me. I gotta practice those. I don't see them. I see them a lot, but I don't take them too often because of how fast they happen, and I hesitate. What should I call this zone? I'm gonna call this the... I ain't gonna even give it a name. Yeah, honestly, with the way that this is setting up, I got a break even here, a break even here, and 10 pips here. It should have been 18 pips. Oh, I didn't add that to the record, the win. I only caught 10, but it hit my but I spammed the close at 20, at 18, sorry, and then fucking stupid spreads. Let's add the wins to 9 on stream, and we're gonna add we're at 133 on stream. The Pip Doctor dropping gems in the Azud part of the Discord. We're gonna trickle up here now. Let's see what the Nasdaq's doing. The Nasdaq has been actually moving tonight, but moving ugly as shit. We broke into this range. We finally closed below here. We're faking out back into range. Untradeable. It is 8:30. Let's see. This 30-minute closure just closed. Still bearish below the range. Are we just coming up to grab more orders before coming down like one of you guys said? So that could be what it is. It could be we're starting to form support to finally come up, grab orders, and then start to come down. So where can we get some more sells again? I mean, this would be clean, which is the same thing it did here. Broke into the previous range and then started coming back down. We might be able to get something like that. BRB. So I wonder. I'm gonna have a sell stop. Wait, 30-minute? Yeah, I'm gonna have a sell stop on the 30-minute break of the low. That activated me by a wick. Holy shit, we're driving. I'm break even here. And we're closing at 12 pips. Holy shit, that was fucking fast. Holy shit, that was fast. And look at that drive. This thing's gonna plummet now. But I went in there with a 2-lot. So I'm up 18 plus 12 plus 11, sorry. So I'm up 29 pips for this session. Beautiful. You guys probably couldn't have taken that trade. That was way too fast. I apologize. I was gonna say that this is the money printer on the 15, but I was too stretched out to notice it. And then once I unstretched the charts completely, I noticed the 15, that wasn't a top wick on the 15. That was barely anything. I apologize. So I just added 12, so yeah, that would have hit my break even there. That money printer works for like 10, 20, 30 maybe. And then you gotta call that shit. You can't be a... But why? Hey, mean, you guys might see my username, and if anybody tries to hack me, good luck. You're gonna open up them accounts, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? There's nothing in here. I'm a Cuban, dog. We keep our money in cash. Right next to our machetes or our guns. This rebreak of the low is a beautiful entry. If you guys would like to take that, I would not mind that rebreak of the low. But damn, it's 8:30. It's early. But I get so excited after a win. So we broke out of the range, we grabbed liquidity, and then we came back into range. So that's why I took a trade in this no trade zone. I took a trade back into the range. Technically, I should have left that a runner there. Damn, I was gonna market execute there, but it's too late for that. This is why it's so much easier to just do it in your mind than to have to explain it. But having to explain it at the same time makes it make way more sense in my head. Yeah, these are beautiful trades. But I'm up 30 pips for the session, so 28 pips for the session. And now that we grabbed orders here, right? See where I drew my line at? Now that we grabbed orders here, the same way that we grabbed orders in this manner, the same exact way that we grabbed orders here, we're starting to do the same thing now before coming down. Now, if the daily does break the low, that's when you should see that full continuation to the bottom here where I had that other level marked, which is like another 100, 200 pips away. So, I mean, this right now, this sell right here on the 30-minute is our celery, right? This is our celery play. So if you guys zoom in real quick, you're going to see a celery play to the downside right here. So these are our breakout celery plays. So you're going to see that same setup bearish. And that's the same thing we have right here, right? Where you have your candle closure, you have your doji candle, the next candle comes up to grab orders by the doji candle above or below, and you have your sell stop on the flip of this candle here, which is exactly this play right here, the bearish celery play. Take a screenshot of that and memorize the bearish celery play. That is from Don Vo. That's the exact move that we just took right now. That's the exact entry that we just took right now. You see the celery play in fucking action. We combine the celery play with the money printer, so we start adding our own confluences to these trades. So we combine the celery play below the range, so you can literally see it perfectly right here. Price closed below the range. You had your doji candle that closed respecting the new, making this a new resistance. Support turned into a resistance. And then your next candle came up to grab orders and flipped bearish. And this is your celery play right here. And we just combined the 15-minute money printer with that, which is a 15 no top wick or very tiny top wick closure. The next candle comes up to create a top wick first and then flips bearish, which is the exact same thing as the celery play, but just with an added extra confluence on the smaller time frame. Yeah, if this starts to break that daily low, brother, it's gone. Honestly, I think after these two bangers, I'm probably done trading for the night. I've had a lot of trades. I had 2 break-evens and 2 wins, so that's 4 trades for the night. That's a lot of mental capital wasted. Not wasted, but expended. See, we're respecting here again. This time we kind of closed a little bit below it. But because of the fact that we already did that up here, we could still re-break the daily lows and continue to the downside. Or if we do come up to the top of the range, we're back into the no trade zone and we just added this to the no trade zone. So we're back into bullshit. But you see how being in this zone after being stopped out and being jerked around was a no-go, and we waited. Once price broke out of the zone and wicked us back inside, creating that celery play, the money printer, adding all those confluences into the trade where we're breaking out of the range and coming back in, so we're faking out. You start to add up all these confluences back to back to back to back to back to back, and then you understand what's going on. You know you're bearish for the day, number one, right? You know that you started consolidating in this area. So what happened? Price broke out. So it could be two things. It could be a continuation or a fake out. So if you're bearish and you're having a bullish breakout, there's a higher probability of that being a fake out. So that's when you start looking at your higher time frames and you start to notice, oh, no top wick on the 15. We could be getting the money printer happen here as we're faking out. So how would I identify that? If we do fake out and flip bearish, breaking the 15-minute low, that would indicate the fake out. That would indicate the money printer. So I'm going to have a sell stop only if the 15-minute or the 30-minute in this case breaks the low. So I'm only going to have a sell stop here if we break the low, because price is all the way up here at this point. So I'm only going to have a sell stop if price fakes out, comes back into range, and breaks that low, proving that we're faking out, that this mini breakout right here is actually a fake out. So you have to start to add all those confluences together to paint a picture. And at that point, you're not really looking at patterns to get your entry. You just know that you're faked out into range. You can literally just buy wherever you want on the entry back into range with your stop loss on the break of the highs, and then close once you get to the bottom of the range. So like, for example, I took the celery play, which I learned that from Don Vo, right? You could have taken a trend line breakout here. So you put your trend line right here. You had your first candle break out of the trend line, your first volume candle, that was your entry. And that was perfect. You could have waited for the pullback and the retest of this right here that it created to take your sell, which is this right here, another sell that happened right here. So that's one. What do these ICT people teach, right? They teach FVGs. So we have an FVG here. No, we have an FVG. Where is this shit at? Right here. We have a bearish FVG right here. Price came up, tapped it by a wick. You could have activated your sell stop right here or your sell limit right here. Price would have drove down. So it's all the same bullshit. As long as you identify your trend, as long as you identify what's going on in the moment, are we faking out? Are we breaking out? We just consolidated and we're having our first breakout out of the range, but we're breaking out without having a top wick to fill on the 15. We're breaking out on a bullish, we're breaking out bullish on a bearish trend, extremely fucking bearish. So all these added confluences are telling you that this is most likely a high probability of it being a fake out. So what confirmed it being the fake out was the 15-minute flipping bearish activating the entry. And that 15-minute flipping bearish was this exact volume candle. You see how I preach this every time. You want to be in the volume candle. So you want to identify when that volume candle is. This 1 minute candle was 20 pips, and that was the entry that we were in. I closed at 10, obviously. But you could have literally held without it coming back to the entry for 40 pips. What a bougie. Yeah, bro. Every time you come in, you miss all the trades. Let me hit up market mechanics, see what the beat is. What are you meal prepping, bro? I'll tell you one thing. I've been eating out for the last 3 weeks, and I haven't home cooked myself a meal in almost a month. And I can tell you, my brain has never been foggier. It's just so much easier to hit the drive-through, grab some food, and roll on to my next call. Yeah, bro. Well, that's the thing, bro. You can eat unhealthy. You can't eat unhealthy, first of all. But it's not as bad for you if you work out and do cardio and live a physically active lifestyle where you're constantly sweating, you're constantly burning calories. Then junk food is not as bad for you as it is for somebody who is just chilling and not moving around. Cause junk food messes up your hormones, and if your hormones are out of whack, you can't grow muscle properly. If your hormones are out of whack, your brain can't function properly. If your body's not 100%, your brain can't be 100%. That just makes perfect sense. How can your brain work 100% if your body's not 100%? Your body powers your brain. Your brain doesn't get fucking energy from nothing. But you gotta eat healthy. I like to eat animal-based products. I like to eat my eggs, milk, beef, things that come from animals. My favorite dinner is steak, eggs, and potatoes. I get potatoes, I'll dice them up, and I'll season them with the garlic and a bunch of other shit, the Cuban way. And I'll have a fat ass steak, and I'll have like 5 or 6 eggs. You gotta get your blood work done though. Eggs treat everybody a little bit differently. So for me, my cholesterol doesn't go up when I eat eggs. But my stepdad, for example, his cholesterol skyrockets when he eats too much eggs. So everybody's a little bit different. Every time that I get my cholesterol checked, I'm fine, and I eat eggs every day. A lot. Yeah, rangy session, but the session that it's been ranging within 60 pips. Facts. Eggs are literally the best. And it's just so easy, bro. Like if you want to eat a protein bar and if you want to get 20 grams of protein, you got to have like a 300 calorie nasty tasting protein bar. Or you get some fat-free mozzarella cheese. That's like 40 calories, 8 grams of protein. Or no, they're like 6 grams of protein. You put 2 of those, that's 12 grams. 2 eggs, that's 14. You're at 26. And in total, you're at under 250 calories. And you have 26 grams of protein. And it's much easier to eat and much easier to go down. You could literally slurp it up in 2 seconds. 2 eggs is nothing with 2 pieces of mozzarella cheese, the stick cheese. That's my go-to protein snack. The morning star pattern on the 5 minute. The morning star is the morning star this. And if you want to eat high protein, very low calories, use your fat-free mozzarella cheese and egg whites. You could literally have like 30 grams of protein of egg whites for like 120 calories, and then you throw your mozzarella cheese in there, and you literally have 40 grams of protein of egg whites with mozzarella cheese. And if you have like the salty mozzarella cheese, then it tastes pretty good. You know, it makes the egg whites taste way better. Yeah, but you got to learn these hacks, especially the low protein kinds, the low calorie kinds when you want to cut. I am no longer cutting. I've been on a bulk for like 3 months. The morning star pattern. That's the same thing that we just took right here. You see how your morning star pattern popped up right here, Randy? And that aligned with the celery play for me, which is this. But what happened? We both identified the right level. We both waited for a rejection off the right level. For you, it was the Morningstar confirmation. For me, it was the money printer, what we call the money printer on the 15, the fake out back into range. So you see how candle patterns work. I mean, you just had the Morningstar pattern here, which is an indication of a reversal, and price fucking plummeted right after. You have perfect proof that candle patterns work. You know what I mean? And I just pointed out like 3 different types of entries. If you're a trend line trader, you had your trend line entry right here. You know what I mean? If you're an ICT trader, you had your order block retest right here on the order block, whatever that we formed right here. I don't know. This isn't an order block. Then it needed a bullish 1 minute. But you get that. You get the deal. You see what I'm saying? It could be considered an order block. Cutting is when you're trying to cut fat. So you cut your calories in order to burn fat. But you need to work out at the same time. Because if you cut calories but don't work out, your body will burn muscle and fat at the same time. It doesn't differentiate between the two. But if you're working out, giving your muscles a stimulus to grow while you're cutting, your body will simultaneously build muscle and lose fat at the same time. So that's why it's very important to work out and work out hard even when you're dieting. The more muscle you have, the more calories you can eat because muscle burns calories. Just existing 1 pound of muscle, I think, burns an extra 100 calories a day, 150 calories a day, something like that. So just by building a pound of muscle, you can then eat an extra 150 calories a day while staying the same weight and not gaining any weight. Don't quote me on that number, but I think it's pretty close. This is so clean now to start driving down. Unless we do respect here, then you can get fucked. This 15-minute flip bearish was a decent entry as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade. The daily lows are about to break. Now, this break of the daily lows, I do think is going to cause a massive push. Look at how we're writing down here. If we come up and retest this here, and then re-break the low, I would prefer an entry there. Yeah, look at that. How many pips was that from the low if we would have had a sell stop? That's 5 pips. Whoa, 14 pips, yep. Yeah, buddy. Rolling like a big shot. Sells on the break of the daily lows was a nice play if anybody took that. But yeah, I'm done trading for the night, gang. I caught 28 pips on the session, even though that was an accurate assessment there, and I would have caught another pretty quick 14, 15 pips, maybe more. Look at that push. I'm calling it. I'm gonna wait because we're now reaching that level that I was talking about. Oh no, we haven't even gotten there yet. We're not even close. We're not even fucking close. We're not even fucking close. Look at that. How many pips do we have to this range? If we just drop another 220 pips, bro, that looks like exactly what we're gonna do. Just drop another 200 pips. But you guys want to watch it drive down without us being in it? The break of the daily lows without coming back to our entry would have gave us a total of 25 pips right now. I wanted to take an entry there, but I said earlier I was done trading for the night after catching some solid trades. But I'm still here analyzing and watching stuff. So why the sells on the break of the daily low? The break of the daily low is always a high volume event. Not always, but high probability. So where did that daily low align with? It was right here. Yeah. So if price was to plummet from there to the daily low, you could have anticipated a push down. So sell stops there wouldn't have been bad. We're about to get the 9 o'clock closure. Let's get a bottom wick here. 30 seconds. Pull back. Give us a bottom wick. So look, I have a sticky note here that says distrust your thoughts, trust the plan. Right? And it says distrust thoughts, trust plan. Distrust thoughts, trust plan. When the plan is written for you, you follow it, no questions asked. When you formulate your plan, you stick to it, no questions asked. There needs to be no variables when taking your plan into consideration. You enter according to your plan, you exit according to your plan, you go break even according to your plan. Then you can then look at your data and really tell, okay, I'm losing because of this, I'm winning because of this. But if every trade is I feel, how can you get an accurate assessment of your plan and your edge if everything is based on how you feel? So it can't be like that. You have to stick to your plan, bro. Like when you take a trade and you're like, ah, shit, I'm in drawdown, let me enter a larger position on the next one to make it back. That's not in your plan. If you took a loss, you call it and you come back the next day. Like this session, I'm up 28 pips. Last Asian session on Monday that I traded, I lost 40 pips. Right? Today in the morning, I made nothing. Break even day after 6 consecutive break evens. And then tonight session, I made back 28 pips. Say 30. So I lost 40 Monday, made nothing today in the morning, and then made back 30 pips tonight. And I'm done. I could have taken that sell stop on the break of the daily low. That was a really nice trade. I called that trade. I thought that was pretty nice. I could have impulsively taken that trade even though I said I was going to stop trading, but I said I was going to stop trading. And I said it like 30 minutes ago. So I'm not going to go back on my word, on my plan, when that's what my plan says. I'm not trying to make back my loss in a day. I didn't go 5 lot to make back that 40 pip loss in 10 pips. I continued my normal size. I even cut half the size on one of these trades. So stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Yo, I also want to thank you guys for showing up. You guys are fucking awesome for coming here every day. Um, I started Sunday off with 5,000 subscribers, and from Sunday to today, Wednesday, I've gained 278 subscribers. Yeah, that video is still kicking. I think that video is gonna be like a 10 miller. It's kind of frozen where it's at now. It's at 6.3 million views, 6.2 million views. Look at Market Mechanic getting in dubs. $35 pips. If this thing does start to break the high and start to flip bullish, we could see something, but tonight is the type of night where you just sell. Look at that. 15 close, no bottom wick, no top wick. What have you guys taken tonight? Closed for... Damn, I have a speck on my screen that made that look like 16 options. Hell yeah, Randy. Good shit, bro. And your brother, Richie, bro, he's learning Web3 development and all that stuff in the future. We're gonna need help with Discord and Telegram and making a website and all that shit. But I don't give a fuck about none of that. Let's get this bread. That rebreak of the low is clean. That same exact movement we've been getting all night. You could take a rebreak of the daily low there. Stops above here. This is riding the 10 SMA on the 1. We just came down and closed below. These candles are jumping. There's a lot of volume. So you take sell stops and not market executions because you have to be very careful. And you have to wait for candle closures to really tell you if the sell stop is going to happen or not. Because the sell stop on the daily break of the low would have been perfect after you saw this candle volume push to the downside, and then you could have taken a sell stop. See, a sell stop here wouldn't have been bad, and just let price do its thing and see what happens. We are starting to scoop here, but we're still underneath on the 5. If you guys want to continue, Don's free course is still on here for straight up beginners. Straight up beginners. It explains everything. Technical analysis, what a body is, what the candle is. It tells you how to read support and resistance. This is a pretty good, see, look, a 1 pip increase, a 10 pip increase. This gives you a pretty good explanation. You got some YouTube videos here to help you out. This man made trading simple, bro. Simple, simple, simple. And there's like 10, 15 slides. So all you got to do is go back and forth from these slides, bro, and you'll learn the basics. Look at this. You have clean traffic, price action, wick fills, reading candles backwards, market structure and trends, technical analysis for intermediate, technical analysis for the advanced stages, trends part 2, trends, reversals, breaking. So all these things, aggro desk, identifying volume and aggro days. This is a very important one. This is a very, 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 very important one. So you start identifying what days are likely to drive, what days are going to be aggressive days, what days are going to be slower days. If you have a massive daily range and you're breaking into your daily range, this is a very aggressive price action day. So it's an aggro day. If you're breaking into this kind of range, that's what you consider aggro. So this is beautiful, beautiful stuff, bro. Homie snapped. Playbook coming soon. Hey, market mechanic, I hope you didn't get stopped out. You might be coming up here, gang. No problem, brother. Have a good night. Take it easy. I'm gonna call the stream at 9:30. I gotta go get dinner. Yes, sir. You gotta paint a picture and really understand the relationship between the buyers and the sellers. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people say these are bots trading the markets, but I don't know, bro. I don't really think these billionaires trust hundreds of millions of dollars in positions to a fucking robot that can be hacked or glitch. I think they manually enter and exit trades with a team. And they just trade fundamentals. So, we took a short position here. We took another short position here. We took another short position here. And then we took another short position here. BE, W, why doesn't let me make it smaller? Oh well. BE, W. We just had a 15-minute closure. The 15-minute closure closed bullish. We don't have a bottom wick, and we're starting to come up bullish here. We formed some support here on the 5-minute. We formed resistance here on the 5-minute. This grabbed the top wick, tapping this resistance. A flip bearish here on the break of this low might not be a bad entry. Let's see how high this goes. Are we breaking? Yep, we broke the previous candle high. Let's see how far this goes up. What a sell on the break of this low would be clean. We're still respecting all of this right here. Yeah, Philip bearish would not be bad. This area is tough here though. I wonder if it'll bounce through it. Or use it as support to bounce up. We are scooping on the 1 minute. and it's not riding the trend anymore. But the higher time frame is bearish, so it might just be a minor fake out before continuation to the downside. Look at that push. 15 flip. 15 coming down. Money printer, sorta. Money kind of do the add-in. Copper straight from Aladdin. Hey, that looks clean for it to come down. That volume coming in, man. What are we doing here, Gold? You gonna come up and fake us out there on that 15 flip? You did fake us out there on the 15 flip. This was a very strong level here. Are we starting to form support to drive up now? What's going on? Everybody drop a like, por favor. Actually, we already have the max amount of likes per viewers. Good shit. I appreciate you guys. 14 viewers, 14 likes. Savages. Can somebody type something in the chat? I don't know if the chat's working. It says connected successfully, but I don't think so. It says it's disconnected chat today 3 times. A little notification pops up. Chat disconnected. Good shit. Thank you, Richie. Options. Yo, 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 yo. Are we going to start ranging now, man? Are we going to start forming this range that we just formed here before dropping down in another accumulation phase? See, look, this is what you call accumulation. Look, this is ICT for you, gang. Accumulation. Oop. The manipulation, where it comes up above, faking us out. And the drive thereafter, which is the distribution. Tell me I'm wrong, Richie. Randy. Price accumulates, gets manipulated, and then it gets distributed after the manipulation. ICT is the same thing as everybody else. AMD. The power of three. 1, 2, 3. The turtle soup right here. The turtle soup that you be seeing that goes around the internet, or a Head and Shoulders. So how come we have a ICT pattern, we have the Morning Star, we have a Head and Shoulders, we have all these millions of different things identifying this one area as a bearish area where you can come down? It's all the same thing, bro. Just practice one, get good at one, and I promise you, you will answer. If you would have taken a Head and Shoulders pattern, you would have taken a sell here or a sell here on the break of this low, and you would have had a stop loss up here. You would have had a beautiful trade to the downside here. The way I traded, I had an entry up here. The way trendline traders trade, they could have had an entry up here as well. So, I mean, after this pendant broke out to the upside and faked out. I mean, there's millions of entries in this place right here if you know how to read candles. And it's the same thing that we've learned at DVS. You have price starting to range, and then price fakes out. The fake out is the manipulation that ICT calls. We call it price attempting to change directions but failing. And when you look at the 30-minute, that you see we're closing respecting here, and that this is just the top wick on the higher time frame, there's no closure here, that tells you, right, cool, that's the manipulation, whatever you want to call it, but it tells you this is the fake out or the manipulation. And you know that price will distribute to the downside, the distribution, so you know you're looking for sells because your daily bias is sells. And you're looking for a sell back into the range because this is a fake out. So price should come back into range after grabbing liquidity in a new area that it hasn't been recently. That is going to tell you it's probably going to drive down steeper than if it just grabs orders from right here. The fact that we're grabbing orders from a higher area, you're likely going to have a stronger push down than if you grab orders from right here. So it's just probability over and over. You know that this is a strong area. So now you wait for your levels to get tapped. You wait for you to see buyers stepping in, sellers coming in, and you can see the fucking fight. You can see the sellers are trying to break the daily lows. They're trying to break it and they can't because the buyers are too strong. The buyers are too strong. And then the buyers thought they had some momentum and the seller said, "You fucking thought," and decided to dump hella orders right here, causing this whole flush to come down. It's just things that you gotta learn to identify. See, after doing this, a break of the daily low once again, the original low here could give you another push just like this before we pause and form a new range coming down like this. So we could literally see the dump all night. We had the top of the market here where we got stopped out BE. We had the top of the market. Not the top, but the top of the session. Ooh. Yo, it's dope as fuck how Wix is being sponsored by, not gonna say their name until he decides to put it out, but It's gonna be some good shit for the community. The DVS name will be on top. Let me hit a little graffiti for you guys. Let me show you. Oh, I fucked up already. DVS gang shit. I used to do graffiti. Not on walls or anything, on paper. What up, Thomas? For any of the new people popping in here towards the end, I used to bruh. I'm an artist, dog. I got a whole sketchbook here with a bunch of shit. This is my favorite drawing ever. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at, Vegeta? Ain't no way I lost it. There we go. Check this out. That's pretty dope. I drew Kid Buu. Goku. I do a lot of shit. I drew some funny shit. Yeah, bro, to be honest, I'm just kicking time until this 30-minute closes. I'm calling the stream here at 9:30. We've had some banger trades today. Banger session, 28 pips for the session. 18 and 10 here. We called a sell stop here, but I didn't take it because I'm done trading for the day. So this could have technically been another trade. This 30-minute just closed, and we're getting crazy volume here. Closed bearish. Top wick. Come on, get a top wick. Top wick, top wick, top wick. There we go. Starting to form a top wick. I would still probably keep a sell stop on the daily break of the low if I was still trading. This break of the low here is still valid. This could be the stop wherever this 30-minute top wick tends to be, decides to be. Yeah, we get that top wick here. Top wick here is not bad. Yeah, as long as we get a steep top wick on the 30, sell stops on the daily break of the lows is valid. It's weak sauce. Weak sauce. Well, gang, that's going to be it for me. That's going to be it for me there. Damn, I just had a brain fart. What was I gonna say? Oh, remember to use a fucking stop loss, everybody. Don't overtrade. Follow your plan. Remember, follow your plan. I want to see everybody make money in this shit. I want to see all of us on a yacht with fucking big ass Rolexes on with diamonds all over it and diamond chains. Fucking everybody's got their tablets out and we're all making money. I want all of us on fucking yachts, gang. Lock in. Read books. Learn how to take a loss. Really analyze yourself psychologically and try to understand yourself as best as possible. Read as many books as you can. Write notes. Have journals. Like, have trading journals where you're just writing notes after notes. I have notes from May 25th of last year. This is 2023 notes from all the way 2023. Like, look at this shit that I say to myself. Why do you doubt yourself? Or why do you fuck your whole week up in a day? You gotta be able to journal and to really self-reflect and understand yourself, gang. But beautiful session, beautiful trades. Break even 18 and 10. Decent trades. Look at these nice volume pushes. But yeah, have a wonderful night, everybody. Peace.